Campbell once said, "Love is friendship set to music." Friends and family, we are gathered here today to honor and celebrate the amazing love shared between these two people, Lindsay and Chris. Lindsay always told me she was a bargain shopper for her whole life, so she wanted to go all out for her wedding. Well, Lynn, let me tell you, as the maid of honor, it's beautiful. I don't remember meeting Lindsay. It seems we've known each other forever. Believe it or not, this is our third wedding we are in together. However, this time she's the bride, and I'm the maid of honor. One of my first memories of Lindsay was when we were flower girls at her mom's wedding. I was 3 and she was 5, and it was the best time of our lives. We danced around and threw flower petals and didn't really know anything about love. If only we could have stayed that young and innocent forever. Years went by and we slowly and reluctantly grew up. I can't remember all the endless New Year's Eves and long summers we spent together. I remember we used to pretend we were the Spice Girls. I was always Posh Spice because of my short brown hair, and Lindsay was always Ginger because she was the oldest. Going on dates and meeting boys seemed like something far in the future. Little did we know what was in store for us. Eventually, we made it to high school. I watched Lindsay go through many hits and misses when it came to guys, as she did for me. We both had our share of confusing guys, cocky guys, and guys that we just learned to live without. Finally, we got out of high school and into the real world. I remember the first time I heard you talk about Chris. You were so excited about it, and I was so excited for you. You described him as such a good guy, and when I met him, I understood. For the first time in our friendship, I could see that Lindsay was truly happy with a wonderful man. A couple of years later, her sister Danielle decided to get married. She was the bridesmaid, and I was the maid of honor. The day was full of emotion, as we realized that we were both grown up. Around the same time, I remember having a conversation with Chris about your future. I asked him if he thought that you guys would one day get married, and he said yes, that he was in love with you, and he could not picture himself with anybody else. One New Year's Eve a few years ago, Lindsay and Chris decided to throw a party at their house in Tiptown. At the last minute, Lindsay couldn't make it because of a family event, so myself and our friend Jessie decided to step in and help Chris out as much as possible. Between making the drinks, making the food, and just being good hostesses, it took 2 of us to fill her shoes that night. Lindsay is just that much of an incredible woman that is only fitting that she has an incredible man by her side. Lindsay, you're like the sister that I never had. And Chris, you're like the brother-in-law that I was always missing. These years really have taught us a lot about love, but mostly it has taught us what love isn't. Love isn't about finding the perfect person. It is the ability to see an imperfect person perfectly. Love isn't a journey, it is a destination. Love isn't a decision, it is a realization. And most importantly, love is not what we become, but what we already are. Lindsay and Chris, I cannot express my happiness and love for the both of you. In the words of the Spice Girls, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. Love, Chris. I cannot imagine anyone better to be marrying my best friend. I wish you both great happiness and luck in your future, and let there be music always in your lives. Thank you.